My name is Ian Magruder, and I'm Director of Partnerships at Landed. We help essential professionals buy homes in expensive housing markets. So we co-invest in the properties of teachers, nurses, firefighters, police, folks who oftentimes struggle to afford to buy a home in expensive regions. And we're based in the San Francisco Bay Area, but we are expanding different cities across the country and just recently launched in Utah, and we're really excited to work with a great group of students to help make that happen. So we're really excited to work with Goff students because Abby Ivory and the Ivory Innovations team at the business school had reached out to us about an opportunity to work with a group of undergrads, because we've been already talking about our housing program and the opportunity of bringing it to Utah. And quite honestly, we could use some advice on how to expand to the state and different tactics we could try as a business to reach potential partners. And that's my role, partnerships. And so it was really great to have an opportunity to meet a terrific group of students and get some advice from them on how we could approach this market. So the students worked on a project to help us think through our strategy for expanding to the state of Utah. And that included some market analysis and research. They did some analysis of hospitals, school districts, colleges and universities, and gave us advice on specifically how we could reach out to leadership and executives and think through different marketing channels we could use to try to reach those institutions. They also did some outreach themselves, which I was really excited about because I knew that the students might be able to find some good data for us, but I wasn't sure if they'd be willing to do outreach themselves and kind of get their hands dirty in that sense, and they were. And we actually got some great connections with local school districts and some leaders that the students had reached out to cold and were able to facilitate connections with. So that was sort of a cherry on top, I think, of the project for us. The Goff team was great to work with. The students were motivated. The team that we worked with was on top of it. The program was well structured. I think the deliverables that we had made sense. We did a midpoint check-in and a final check-in, and I was actually quite blown away by the magnitude of the research that the students performed and were able to deliver by the end. We had a terrific experience working with Goff students, and I would absolutely recommend that any company that has a business challenge that they want a new set of eyes on and an eager group working on to work with these students and through this program. It's been a really great experience for us, and I highly recommend it.
My name is Ethan Black. I'm currently studying finance with a minor in management, and I'm here at the University of Utah. I was fortunate enough to be involved in the Goff Strategic Leadership course, which allowed the opportunity to learn about leadership, along with having the practical application of these principles through a real-life project. Just this course itself was probably the most impactful, really, thing I've been a part of with my college experience so far. And just as I mentioned earlier, the practical experiences you gain are really just second to none. The hands-on experience from working with the professors and faculty within Goff, from your advisor, to then real world application with, it's a real life project with a real life solution. And you get to go through the whole process and you get to see it and you get to experience it. And that just really escalates all levels of learning. And just as a student, I feel like as you kind of go through your collegiate just time, different courses you take, you can feel kind of, you learn about these very broad case studies, you learn about these very broad lessons. And in some ways you can feel kind of small, you feel insignificant of like, how can I really bring change to these different problems that we're seeing? And that's where this course ultimately provided its greatest value to me, was knowing I can go solve these problems. I can go get these results, and I can go do these hard things that we're learning about.